Sakari says we are blessed and highly favored this morning. It is Monday, first working day of the week. We're giving God thanks one more time for His many blessings and His mercy.
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, we'll all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours forever.
It's a marvelous Monday, merciful Monday. What other adjective can I use? It's a day when we come together to praise. So any adjective that you use that begins with Monday would apply. Family in Radioland and on our various platforms, it is an absolute pleasure to be with you this morning. I know that Mikey would have been carrying you from 6:30 to now, and here we are together once more. Lady Elise, Mikey G, I think I'm going to put it as Merciful Monday. I'll land with that. How is your morning so far?
Sorry, when you say Merciful Monday, and you're landing with Merciful Monday, and how you fix that.
Well,
I would appreciate that terminology as merciful, because I can understand that it is only by the mercy of God that I am able to be here this morning. Because so many things have happened in the weekend, and so much could have happened to you as a person, or to me, myself, and I'm assigning that to myself as Merciful Monday by the Almighty God this morning. So yes, thank you for that one, Crowley Karen. I would agree with that. Indeed, it's Merciful Monday, and we are indeed here this morning. Elise, what are you grateful for today? I don't know.
I am just, always fascinated by the adjectives chosen by Lady Curly Karen, and of course, just the mercies of God that has kept us today. And it's a beautiful sunny morning, as you have discovered right here in Georgetown, Grand Cayman. And yes, we are certainly happy for the blessings that we have had. I will say this. I started my morning with prayer, and yesterday I had a conversation with God, and then it turned out that in the evening I felt as if things weren't going so right, Cordy Karen. And I said, because of that prayer, I know it's going to be okay, even though apparently things weren't going as I had expected, but I know that God is certainly in control.
You know, beautiful. What I have come to accept is God's mercies continues to take us through. There are gonna be moments when, well, if I can speak for myself, you doubt and you question, Lord, what's happening? What's going on? But when you know how He has carried you through and He has extended His mercies when we fail Him, when I have failed Him, then in those moments of doubt, I am called to memory that He didn't promise that it will always be sunshine. He did say that there are going to be some bouts of rain and thunderstorms even, you know, and it will fall on the good, the just and the unjust, right? his mercy. And one of the things that I'm reminded that Elder Bennett spoke of on one of our studies, he said, or he reminded us that the cross has no prejudice. When Jesus went on that cross, He went on it for everybody. The Christian, the non-Christian, the ones who believe in Him, the ones who don't believe in Him. And so it reminds me that His mercy is available to every single one of us. All we have to do is reach out and claim it and grasp it, because He made provision for every single one of us. So it is indeed a merciful Monday. So it's for us to claim it and make sure that as we go throughout the day, that we're reminded that God's mercy continues to keep us even on a Monday.
Wow. Good. If it was said any better, Lady Curly Curran, it would have been, done by me.
Of course.
I'm just messing with that, guys. Come on, when we listen to those, when we listen to the thoughts that you expressed, as a personal view, and you have to personalize these things. You can't speak generally to these things, because generally speaking, personally speaking is two different things. And it tells of an experience that you will have, and generally speaking, experiences that somebody else or others may have or would have had, right? And so, just to listen to the conversation of how it would impact me as a person, then it changes the whole scenario and the whole conversation. Of course, it's Merciful Monday, as Curly Curran says, and of course, our devotional comes up from the lady Susan Long. So when we come back,
to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
Good morning. This is day 24. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. Psalm 89 verse 1. Sing of your love, written by Dave Brannon. I was driving to work and listening to a local Christian radio station. Amid the usual morning banter came the song, I could sing of your love forever. I have no idea what came over me. As soon as this uplifting praise song began, I felt tears running down my face. There I was, almost at work, and I could hardly see to drive because of a song. What was going on? I sat in my car after I arrived at my destination, trying to figure it out. Then it struck me. The song reminded me that while another day of normal activity was beginning here on earth, my daughter Melissa was no longer here to do her activities. I pictured her brightly singing God's love, getting a head start on the rest of us. It was a bittersweet moment of understanding what was happening, but the song just reminded us of our sadness in not having her with us. Much of life is like that. Joys and sorrows intermingle, making reminders of God's glory so vital. We need those glimpses of a promising, praise-filled future in our Savior's presence. In the sadness of life, we need the anticipation of joy, the joy that comes from singing of God's love and enjoying His presence forever. The saints of all ages sing God's praise with voices and harps to the Ancient of Days. No music on earth will compare with that sound in heaven, yet in that vast chorus of voices we will share. Our quote this morning reads, "Those who know Christ now will sing His praises forever." End quote.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
Welcome back to the morning show, Breakfast Hour with the dynamic Lady Elise and Mikey G. But at this point,
You're leaving yourself out? What's happening to that?
I'm hearing the ad from
M&M Construction.
No, the pronunciation of Corley Karen.
Oh, you mean that Audley Scott guy? That guy called Audley Scott, that guy? That's the guy. That's the guy, right?
Audley.
That's the fellow. Is it fellow in the English language? Fellow, that fellow.
Well, I'm sure it is very British.
It's very British. That's the guy.
But I'm telling you, Audley, you're going to have to pay attention to that pronunciation, because not only is it exclusive to you, I myself can't even get it. But I am very elated that he got it right. So I was welcoming back our viewers. And
so you are here to reprimand me on the correction and the pronunciation of your name. You did a 2-minute sermon to tell.
Something like that, Michael. something like that.
Oh my God! Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check out what Audley says, so I don't get it wrong.
Thank you.
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen. The unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
So apparently, I have to say Karen.
It's Coralie Karen.
I cannot. I cannot. But good morning, listeners on YouTube. Good morning to our listeners joining us on Facebook. It is another beautiful morning, and we are certainly happy to be here. We still have 2 tickets to give away, and we'll share more about that later as the morning wears on. But we must let you know what is celebrated beyond the shores of the Cayman Islands. Right, Courtney Karen?
Absolutely.
Lady Elise, please. Did she pronounce it right? Curly, let me see if I get it right, because I've been given a 2-minute sermon.
I think you're
Curly Karen. Is it right? I'm thinking I've got to get it right someday. I'm working on it, Lady Elise. I'm working on it.
But good effort. Good effort.
Good effort.
If you listen,
So it's G for okay. E for effort. I get an E for effort.
E for effort. Yes. So continue to listen to Audley's pronunciation, and we'll work on it together.
All right. Fine. All right. You know what? I'll take that.
Yes. Keep working at it. You'll get it. I believe in you, Mackie G. I have every confidence that you will get it, and then we can celebrate together once you have achieved.
I'm going to take it that Lady Elise have something to tell us about what's going on today.
Okay, so
on this day of our life, all right?
Today is National Tortilla Chip Day. I know I should vet these days before I share them, because I tell you, I had an absolutely wonderful Friday when it was Tiki Bun Day. Anyway, let's focus. Today is a National Tortilla Chip Day, World Bartender Day, and Twin Peaks Day. It's an unusual day today, Cordy Karen. These are the things that are being celebrated beyond the shores of the Cayman Islands. It's also, let's see.
The food part, as you continue to explore, is what gets me. So I do love tortillas, the chips. I went and bought a really big bag, and every time I sit and I eat, I enjoy every single one. And they're big, right? So you have to break it, and I am learning how to enjoy it. I don't like the dips, none of them. So in celebration of Tortilla Day, I'm going to ensure that I take one for the team. I am going to revisit my big bag of tortilla chips and make sure that I have a handful for Lady Elisa, and I'm going to have a handful for you, Mikey G. So don't worry. We're all in this together. Yes. I have to have tortillas in my house. I'm sorry. I definitely have to go and walk this evening, to your point, on Friday in Mikey G.
After we eat, listen, I tell everybody all the time, once you're eating, and just, you must take a little bit of exercise. In fact, when we claim to do the dieting program, and we know that we have indulged a little bit more than usual, then I guess, a little stretch of road may be a good way to consider your afternoon, you know?
I have a very uh, my accountability partner is my son. He has no bones about telling me, Mom, if you temper what you consume during the day, then when you exercise in the nights, that's what you're taking off. So if you overindulge, you're not helping yourself. So what you need to do is make sure that on the days that you exercise, that you eat less during those days, because only then it will make sense. So what I tend to do is not tell him what I eat.
Well, maybe he wanted to. Maybe he wanted to move up from walking. Depends on what you eat, to running. You know, it might need more to burn that off. You know, but you know, I'm not seeing it as a problem. I figure more or less that most persons who hear us talking about the idea of walking may take it as if it's a bad thing to do. Please, guys, don't, because they say if you don't use it, you may just lose it. And I'm seeing many persons right now who have refused to walk a lot, and then they don't like to move too much, and now they are not able to move too much. So take it as an eye opener that you may want to do something about that. That's what I would say.
Agree. So, Lady Ellis, I agree with you in terms of vetting the days, because I am encouraged to participate in the celebrations as much as I can.
I know. I can say that, you know, it's a good place to be and a good place to be. The good thing is that I'm going to get some tortilla chips, and I'll definitely make sure that I do receive what has been promised to me.
Absolutely. And you know, the exciting thing is that you have them in different colors, so it just enhances my enthusiasm for indulging.
All right, we want to talk a little bit about the Grand Cayman, because we're talking about everybody else's space. What about talking a little bit about Cayman this morning? I want to show a little bit about what we do have in the Cayman Islands, and of course some of the things that we indulge in. Lovely spaces, and so we want to take an effort into the idea of giving a little bit of sightseeing for those who are not very privy to our lovely island, Cayman. And you know, many persons would say, well, we had some guests, and one of the statements that came up was, Cayman is a dot on the map. But we want to say, while it's a dot on the map, it has been a very interesting dot.
So when you zoom in, there is so much more to the Cayman.
You know, many people think you can just walk around Cayman in like just a day. You just walk around. You can just simply walk in an hour, so you can just walk from one part of the island to the next, maybe 2 hours, maybe.
Yes.
You know, people think that.
He says, but Corley, you don't have to worry, because you can walk anywhere you need to go. So
it's like you live down the road from your workplace. It's like, you know.
Exactly. And so it is necessary, I believe, to introduce those who are not here to some of the routes that one needs to take, and to almost reaffirm that there is some distance within the Cayman Islands. So yes, it is small, but guess what? When you zoom, there's so much more to the island.
All right, let's give some information. Let's give a little bit to our peeps. All right. right, there you have it. We have given you a little bit of what we are looking like. Yeah, and some of our lovely beaches. Yeah, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Lovely white sand, 7 miles of beach, and of course, for those who are popular on the 7 Mile beach, who knows about it? Lady Curly, how do you enjoy the beaches? I don't think you don't.
A view of East End, yes, and of course, Governor's Beach. So if you have not been to the Cayman Islands, those are two places that you need to visit whenever you arrive on the island. So I hope that you enjoyed a little sneak peek. And tomorrow we'll share somewhere else. We don't know where yet, but it will be something interesting, I'm sure.
Of course. So the idea is to allow those who are not here to entice them to visit here. And I am sure that once you have viewed all the beauties, then you will improve or fast track your visit here. And certainly when you do arrive, I am sure that you will need to make contact with us as well to let us know that you are here, and maybe we can help you get to some of the places that you would like to see. But certainly it is not a walk away. There are a few places that are distant. So, and there's so many things to enjoy, I believe. So the beach, as you would have seen, is just one of, and you would have seen the beauty and the serenity that comes with spending time. Lady Elise is a morning person, so that's where her there's a word I learned, torrential, and it comes to mind. It's your place of peace, of blocking out even the fast pace of the world. And so if that is where you are, then the beach is certainly a place to support that mindset.
All right, of course, I do like strolling along the beach myself. And that is one of the places that is very serene for me. And I like to feel the sand under my feet while I walk along the shore. So for most persons who, like myself, who love the idea of walking on the sand, it's a nice place to do it. I only have one drawback for that though. Just one drawback. But I will just leave that drawback a little bit. One drawback Mikey G has.
You can't. I am here, and I'm sure our listeners and viewers, you have piqued our interest.
I don't like the dogs with me on the beach, man. Sure. I'm just out of a dog thing, right? I'm sure. I know the idea. It's a big thing about protecting the animals and all these things, but just say, Mikey G, I love animals and everything, but I just believe that they're not supposed to be everywhere with me, like everywhere, So just forgive me. Forgive me. I am just going to just lay it right there. So for those who like the dogs and stuff like that and all these things, but
Mikey G, I believe that you do have the right to your opinion. So whereas there are persons who enjoy maybe a jog or a stroll on the beach with their dogs, it's okay for you.
But the thing is, what I don't like is that I'm swimming and then the dog is right beside me. It's not my dog either, I don't have a dog beside me. I'm just being clear.
What I took from what Lady Elise said, I mean, in persons, this is literal. It is 7 miles of beach, and so may I encourage you, Mikey G, is to find a little spot that maybe the dogs have not yet arrived.
Mind you, I'm not saying that the dogs are just dogs everywhere. I'm not saying that, so don't get the wrong impression.
Okay.
It might be few apart. One or two persons might come on there. Not everybody does it, but
The one at the
It just might be at the time when I'm at the beach, somebody decide that they must let the dog go in the water at that time. I don't understand that, but these things happen.
Why can't we all just get along, Mackie G? Enjoy the presence of the people's dog. I'm messing with you, but you do have certainly your own right to view the swimming with the dogs as not your cup of tea.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be a good idea too. I should feel that.
Yeah, and I mean that's quite okay. There are persons who take a book and lounge a little bit. So it's what makes your moments, fulfilling. So if it's in the morning, if it's in the evening, and there's nothing to stop you from wetting your feet. So as the sand is massaging your soul, as in the sole of your feet, you have a dip as well.
I think they should have a dog day when everybody with dogs just go to the beach.
Yes, it really has impacted you clearly.
Yeah, listen, and I'm someone who I have 6, 7, 8 dogs. You understand what I'm saying? I have a lot of them, right? Lots of dogs. So it's not that I don't like animals and all these things. So don't get that foolish idea in mind. I just think that when my dogs come out to bite people. They just don't bite you.
Currently, Karen would have put it right when she said perhaps it's not your cup of tea, and that's fine. That's allowed. But I must hasten to say that it is time for the news. It is news time. It's time to share what's happening in Cayman and the rest of the world.
All right, so of course when we come back, of course the news is brought to you by Asai Ultrasound for all your ultrasound needs right here in the Grand Cayman Islands. Of course, when we come back.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Good morning. It is Monday, February 24th, and these are the news headlines on Flashpoint Radio. I'm Coralie Karen. Premier attends CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in Barbados. Premier Julian O'Connor Connolly has joined regional and global leaders in Barbados this week for a meeting of CARICOM Heads of Government to discuss key issues affecting the Caribbean, including food security, climate resilience, and regional security. O'Connor Connolly and other government leaders attended the opening ceremony of the conference in Bridgetown, where Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, the incoming Caribbean chair, delivered the keynote address. Mottley emphasized the importance of unity within the 15-member CARICOM, stating that collective strength can help the region overcome challenges such as climate crises and economic shocks. The two-day business meetings are held under the theme Strength in Unity, Forging Caribbean Resilience, Inclusive Growth, and Sustainable Development. Lack of spawning groupers leaves scientists baffled. Scientists with the Grouper Moon project have been left puzzled as Nassau groupers have failed to appear in expected numbers at the spawning site in Little Cayman this year. The annual event, monitored by researchers from Cayman and the United States, has seen significant declines compared to previous years. Last year, more than 8,500 groupers were counted at aggregation sites, a sign of recovery from decades of overfishing. However, this year, despite sightings of adult groupers, they have not been congregating for spawning as usual. Bryce Simmons of the Grouper Moon Project called the situation, quote, quite the mystery. The project, launched in 2001, is a partnership between the Cayman Islands Department of Environment, Reef, and leading U.S. universities. 3 men arrested after 2 shootings in West Bay. 3 men have been arrested following 2 shootings in West Bay early Saturday morning. The first incident occurred at 1:30 a.m. at Birch Tree Hill Road, where a security guard at a construction site was shot in the foot after being confronted by an armed man. Shortly afterward, at 2 a.m., another shooting was reported at Centennial Towers, where 2 gunmen opened fire in a parking lot. Fortunately, no one was injured. Police swiftly responded, arresting a man on a motorbike on suspicion of attempted murder. Investigations are ongoing. Police chief calls for calm after arrest of teen in road rage case. Police Commissioner Kurt Walton has urged calm following public outcry over the arrest of a 17-year-old in a road rage incident on Rex Crichton Boulevard. Videos circulating online show a 72-year-old Tesla Cybertruck driver opening the teen's SUV door and confronting him. The teen, remaining in his vehicle, then put the older man in a headlock. Police arrived to find both individuals speaking with first responders and the elderly man with facial injuries. The teenager was arrested for assault, while the older driver was warned for intended persecution for common assault and non-arrestable offense. In regional news, Education Ministry mourns sudden passing of Whitfield School principal. The Ministry of Education has expressed deep sorrow following the sudden passing of Whitfield Primary School principal Karen Powell. Powell collapsed on Friday afternoon, and despite the presence of a medical doctor, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon described Powell as, quote, exemplary educator, and extended condolences to her family and school community. The ministry has activated its trauma response protocol and will provide grief counseling on Monday. Indicom probes incident involving fake police officers. Indicom is investigating a robbery and assault incident in Graham Heights where men dressed as police officers allegedly targeted residents. Authorities are appealing for dashcam and CCTV footage from anyone who traveled along Birdsucker Lane and Graham Heights Road between 5 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. on February 11. Anyone with footage is encouraged to submit it via WhatsApp 876-553-0000 or visit Indicom's office. American tourist dies on Dominica's Boiling Lake Trail. A tragic accident occurred on Dominica's Boiling Lake Trail as 67-year-old American tourist David Steen lost his life after slipping off a narrow section and falling 30 feet. Steen was hiking with his wife and tour guides when the incident occurred. Emergency responders tried to assist, but he succumbed to his injuries. DRO authorities discover marijuana nursery, one man arrested. A sophisticated marijuana nursery has been dismantled in the La Vega province, Dominican Republic. Authorities arrested 39-year-old Felipe de Jesus Lora, who was found in possession of multiple narcotics, including marijuana, molly, ecstasy, and suspected cocaine. Officials seized drug cultivation and packaging equipment, as well as LED panels and ventilation systems. USVI, 23-year-old arrested for rape of a minor in St. Thomas. Authorities in the U.S. Virgin Islands have arrested 23-year-old Alfred King James on multiple charges, including first-degree rape, child abuse, and drug distribution to a minor. James allegedly provided alcohol and narcotics to a minor before engaging in sexual activities, which were reported, and his bail was set at $150,000. 2025 Atlantic hurricane season names announced. The National Hurricane Center has released the list of names for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. Notably, Dexter replaces Dorian, which was retired after the devastating 2019 hurricane season. Those were your news headlines on Flashpoint Radio. Please continue to stay tuned.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Is of course time for the breakfast time, but so much happening in the news, from fake police officers dressed in uniforms and more. It's a lot happening all over the world. Some not so good news, but it's news nonetheless.
Well, the beauty about it, in quotes, is that it cannot be parceled. You have to take it as you get it. So yes, there are going to be good news, there are going to be bad news, but the idea is to be informed. And so what that means is you have to take it as it comes. What I also noted, Lady Elisa, is that Dominica seems to be having a lot of accidents. Unfortunately, the most recent one is this 67-year-old who lost his life while trailing with his wife, having slipped and fallen 30 feet, I believe the news said. Can you imagine going out and you're enjoying nature, and for something as tragic as this to happen? It's really devastating. So there are many things happening around the world, and the idea is to let our viewers and our listeners know, and these are headlines, right? So
yeah, and Cordy, Karen, one of the things that the takeaway from that is the fact our mortality and the fact that life is so uncertain and things happen. And it was a few years ago that there was also a freak accident, visitor as well, somewhere in hiking in Jamaica, and a tree fell on the tent that the family was in. So they were in their tent, and just from sheer wind, a tree fell, and of course, their child was the fatality of that accident. So, life, when these accidents happen, we have heard of plane crashes in recent weeks, in days, we have been hearing so much happening. And if we don't stay grounded, and we certainly will get depressed in this situation. And of course, we must extend condolences to the family members who would have lost so unexpected loss. You go on vacation, you expect that when you return from vacation, it will be all peachy and happy, sharing all your experiences, but instead you are returning to grief, plans of,
and that I will hold on to the mortality, and what it means is that we should be appreciative of every single moment that we have. Remind ourselves that it is not anything we have done. It's not of any doing that we have each moment. And so when you wake in the morning, it is an opportunity to give God thanks for another morning. Despite what's happening around you, there are reasons to praise. There are reasons to give God thanks for allowing you the privilege, and it is indeed a privilege, to have another moment, another day. And in the same breath, be compassionate about those who are mourning, those who are ill, because we never know what the next moment will hold for us. So just be grateful and thankful every single day that God allows us.
Along the same line of thinking, and we're talking about grief, principal who just fell down,
wow.
and that was it.
That was
and
a tough one.
There's where when we talk, I was looking at the items that I highlighted from the news as what would be my talking points on, and of course, this is one of the ones that topped the list of it. She's doing her job. She's at work, and she fell down, and that was the end of it. Passed away instantly. It says to the finiteness of what we are, Lady Crowley, just reiterating a little bit on that, or just highlighting how simple and fragile our lives are, and when we behave as if we are more than what we are. It troubles me sometimes to see us flaunt ourselves, behaving that, instead of trying to take care of each other, we try to disrespect, disregard, and separate and segregate and hate. We can't find a reason to love one another. We can't find a reason to coexist with each other. We can't find a reason to this little bit of time that you have, at least be peaceful with one another, that we can have the best quality of it. It's not possible. And it's a very sad thing to see.
And that's the reason why I like the Optimist Creed, and wishing the same thing for others. I know there are times, even in my humanness, you might feel that someone have wronged you, or I mean, it's I don't want to say it's normal, but sometimes there are persons that necessarily aren't your buddies but we don't have to find ourselves in a situation where we are so at war with each other that we can't wish each person all the best, that we have to be unkind to each other. And certainly, most items of news remind us that we are to spend the time to care. And to care for each other no matter what. So I want to say a special good morning and a special good day to those who are joining us on Facebook. I see our Facebook chat is quite active. I want to say a special good morning to you. Thank you for joining us this morning. A special good morning to those on YouTube and those listening on the radio as well. And I hope that your takeaway is that no matter what situation you find in, embrace today and live it fully, because we don't know what the next minute brings.
Yeah. I will also twin that, Lady Elise, with those who perpetrate violence. So there is that item of news that spoke about men who are allegedly who went about disrupting people's lives, portraying themselves to be law enforcers, and to caution persons. In the same breath that we ought to try and coexist with each other, do not go out of your way to be a menace to society. If it is that you see something that another person have, go and work for it, because that's how the person got it. We have enough trials and challenges without you trying to add to it. Create a space that is uniquely yours. And I would also say that those persons, even in West Bay, the 3 men who were arrested, their families are grieving to see where their loved ones have turned in order to be a disruption, or, as I said, be a menace to somebody else, so much so that the security officer was wounded. It's about not trying to make it hard for another person, because we all have to coexist in this space. So it's almost as if we're saying, kumbaya, and let's hold hands and so on. We know that there is the existence of evil. The encouragement is try not to be tempted. Try to redirect your focus, is what I'm saying. And there's this the song, all we are saying, give peace a chance, and then
we are saying, we had a guest last year, remember?
Give peace a chance.
Yes, there were was it Paul Blake? He was here.
Blood Fire Posse, Paul Blake, and of course Julia Tucker. Yeah.
Yes, they were here on.
Yes.
But I want to highlight this morning we must say to our persons who are keeping the concert, higher praise. I want to show this one for someone this morning. I want to put this one on the screen for you this morning. Higher praise this morning.
What's up, God?
Welcome back. Well, we've had a great morning, a merciful morning, and as we prepare to draw the curtains down on our morning together, I think it's necessary for us to look at why it is that we should be grateful today. We would have started the program looking at why it is that we are enjoying the mercies of God. And as a team, as a community, we're here to set the stage for your morning. We hope that each morning that we accomplish that. And the idea is, as you go out, that you're encouraged to impact those who you come in contact with. We talk about that we have but a short time, and no matter how long we are here on this earth, it's short, right? Because the real intent, according to God, was that we would be here for eternity, that death would not separate us. But for our families, or for family, had not yielding to the temptation of the great deceiver, but for or not continuing the trend, then we would have eternal life. And here's the beauty about it. Our loving God didn't leave it there. And so the flip side of it, but for the love of God, we know, or because of the love of God, we now have an opportunity to reunite, to be reclaimed. And so when we go out each morning, each day, with that hope in our hearts, knowing that we're not alone, knowing that when the challenges come and it gets really hard and we are feeling overwhelmed and burdened, our footsteps are not the ones in the sand. We have a loving God who carries us through. And so our aim each morning is to share with you reasons why you should be smiling, why you should be grateful, so that once you have, but hopefully we would have influenced you enough to go out and share it with others.
Lady Corinne, we have one thing we want to tell somebody this morning about the Teachers Expo, Talent Expo, and the concert, of course. And that one is coming up on March 10th. Sorry, March 1, I understand. And of course, it's under the stars. So this is going to be an event. Let me put this one on for somebody. Let's give it a little bit of boost right here.
Cayman Academy PTA presents for the first in a long time a teachers concert. See our very own teachers showcase their talents from their culture, fashion show, musical delights as they give us a night of entertainment with fun and laughter. Come on out on Saturday night, March the 1st, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. Tickets pre-sold, $25 for adults. Children under 18, $10. At the gate, children under 12, just $5. Adults, $30. Get your tickets from your teachers at ABC Bookstore, at the conference office, and Funky Times. Part proceeds in aid of upgrading the school grounds. See you there.
All right, so we have it.
I think, Mikey, we also need to share and remind our viewers and listeners that we do also have 2 tickets to the Praise number 3.
Yes.
With Bulldog as the main artist.
Higher Praise, yes.
Right, we were so inspired when we met with the team, the youth ministries team, and also Cleo and Asani, who are members, and their experience. And so persons are encouraged to answer the questions. So the question number 1 is, how long has the International Teen Talent been running for? And number 2, how many times has the Cayman Islands participated in the program? We would have heard that without giving away too much, we would have heard that the team at their first entry won 4 medals, 2 first places and 2 third places. And the second time that they participated, I believe they also got gold. And Asani is currently in Cleveland, Texas, on the campus there, pursuing his career, and is set to tour Europe. He's a part of a steel band, or that was his entry, and he is currently a part of the band, and he will be touring Europe. And so, as we mentioned earlier when we shared a little bit of Cayman, that persons perceive it to be a dot. But these young people are going out and they are ambassadors. They're showcasing talents in Cayman. And guess what? These are Christian young people who are on the battlefield, on the mission field for the Lord. And that is what came out resoundingly when we spoke to these two young ambassadors, that it is an opportunity to share with other young people, share with those who are having similar experience. And as we know, iron sharpens iron. So once we have the young people together in mission for the Lord, then certainly our future is in good hands. And not only that, our young people are also invested in making sure that the future looks bright. So again, we have 2 tickets, 1 per person. So if you have the answers to the question we're asking you to text it in. You can also, well, I think we're almost out of time, but certainly when we come back on air tomorrow, you can call in as well. But we want you to go out and support the young people. The contingent would be about 20 persons. They have various activities that they will be participating in: poetry, drama, singing. There will also be instruments, as Ashani would have shared with us. So they are depending on you to come out on the 8th of March to make a difference. And this will be at the CCC Auditorium. So again, so you go on the 1st of March, the teachers are on display with their talents at the Cayman Academy grounds. And on the 8th of March, we have another interest. So book your timetable, schedule these events, and make sure that you give back. It's an opportunity for you to share in this space.
And with that note,
that sounds amazing, Coralie, Karen. And of course, I have the tickets in studio. We will be posting those questions. Coralie Karen has been she has been good at remembering the questions. And so we'll be posting them in our VIP groups. And of course, those persons who need to go back to the recording, go back to find out, well, do what you need to do. But we do have the tickets here available. So it's a concert you don't want to miss. We do plan to make contact with Golda, who is the main artist on this program coming up. So stick and stay to Flashpoint, and certainly you have tickets to receive, valued at $25 each. Come on, get your tickets.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, it's a worthy cause. It is time for us to say, well, farewell.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Tata.
I think it dates us, Lady Elise, the fact that we both know that song, right? But it was certainly my pleasure sharing with both Lady Elise and Mikey G this morning, and our wider audience. I trust that we would have inspired you to have a great day. And certainly, we look forward to hearing from you, not just about the news, but anything that's happening in your neck of the woods. And as we are scouting around, maybe if you have any interesting location that you believe will be of interest to those listeners and viewers, let us know, because maybe we have not yet encountered it. Maybe we are looking forward to exploring somewhere else that is new and uncharted. And so Lady Elise will certainly, because I can tell you, I am dogs may be loved by Mikey G. I am afraid of many things.
So you're not afraid of the dogs?
I'm afraid of dogs. Yes, cats, curly tail lizard, frogs, and the list goes on. So Lady Elise will be your go-to person, and I will maybe if there are any creepy crawly stuff, I'm definitely not even watching that, but I will I will yes. So Lady Elise will be your explorer. So instead of Dora, it will be Lady Elise, explorer of Cayman Islands. She will don her backpack if necessary and put on her water boots, and she will charge those horses that have never been charted before and those that you think would be of interest to our viewers. So look forward to your participation.
All right.
There you have it. There you have it. Have a wonderful, melodious, merciful Monday. And may the Lord bless you abundantly, more than you can ever ask or imagine. Remember to live fully. Enjoy the day. Do something interesting, exciting, fabulous. Just I don't know, just live and enjoy your day.
All right, guys. Well, having said that, I guess it's time for us to get out of the studio this morning. I want to say thank you for joining us this morning for the breakfast. So we had a wonderful morning. And of course, very interesting thoughts came out of this one. Lots of stuff came from so many parts of the news and what are the activities going on around the Cayman Islands and the rest of the world. Today, we want to thank you for joining us, not just because we are, celebrating this day, but because we want to give God thanks more for His mercies upon us each day of the week. As we go through today, may you take one simple prayer with you. Do it for yourself and do it for others. While you go through today, be your brother's keeper. I want to thank you this morning. Of course, like, share, subscribe to Flashpoint. Keep it, make it bigger and better. 10 million persons for 2025. Lady Crowley.
Should
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries. We'll make our way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together. We'll all sing better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever. I'll be yours forever. Are we part of this circus? Is it innate? Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter? Or is this a fate? At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together. We'll all sing better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever. I'll be yours forever.
Second Corinthians 2:9 and 10.
No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. But God has revealed it to us by His Spirit.
You're locked into the station that helps you tap into those incredible things that God is preparing for you.
You're listening